Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Yabacon TV. I'm Camille, and today we have a very, very special guest joining us. She's the community leader of one of the largest design groups in Africa. She's also the founder of Quick Prints Nigeria and an all-round great person, Pakis Briggs.
Hi, Camille.
Hello, Pakis. Welcome to the show. It's a pleasure to have you on.
Thank you.
All right. So you're the community leader of one of the largest groups in Africa, which is GDA, Graphic Design Africa, for those who don't know. How did you get started in design?
Okay, it started, I think, 10 years ago.
Okay.
That was the first time I did my business card.
Okay.
I still remember because the business card is still there. I still have a few pieces left. So I did something, I think, using Microsoft. And then I printed this on plain paper, laminated it. Back then, that was what I could get around to create my business card. So that was actually where the journey started.
So it was a business thing. It was a business decision. You wanted to get your name out there through business cards, so you got into the design of it, basically. Was it fun? When you did it, was it like, this is something I like? This is something I'm good at? Or was it horrible?
For me, back then, it was the best thing I've done. And I still think it's the best thing I did for that time, even though I've done things way more better. It looks really funny.
Pretty sure you look back on that design and probably laugh at it.
Exactly.
Thinking about how far
I've come, exactly.
So Graphic Design Africa, how did that come about? Was that a community you were always in? Was that something you were always interested in, or not?
Okay, so graphic design is something I got to do as a printer, as a print media creative.
Okay.
And setting up a community was something I stumbled on. It wasn't necessarily something I always wanted to do. Yes. But what I always wanted to do was to work with young designers, help build them up and all that.
You've actually managed to grow it quite a lot from where it started. How's that journey been like?
Interesting.
Okay.
Fun. Like every day, busy, but very much worth it. Because I've actually watched people grow from newbies to getting really good at the fundamentals of graphic design, and then venturing into other aspects like motion graphics, illustration, brand identity creation, and all that. So, yes.
All right, good to hear. Are there any challenges you faced in managing it, or it's been smooth sailing the whole time?
No. Yes, definitely there's been challenges, but because I find what I'm doing so interesting, like I love what I do, I when I come across the challenges, I just look for ways to
resolve them.
Yes, resolve them. So,
how important do you think the community is when you're in a certain niche and whatnot? Do you think it's really important? Do you think a lot of people out there should be part of a community? If they aren't one, should they join one?
Yes, I think so.
Are there any benefits?
Huge benefits.
Okay.
So now we're talking about communities generally. They're very essential for where we are today in the world, because community is something that brings people together to share ideas, to learn from one another, to get solutions. Because I mean, even every brand needs a community.
Sure.
It's got benefits for the members of the community. It's got benefits for the owners of the community, because you can really feel the heartbeat of people, how they feel about whatever it is they are gathered for, and then get insights from there to improve whatever it is you're doing.
Definitely.
So I think for the tech space, having communities like this do a whole lot to improve the general knowledge base of that community, because you could learn stuff from one another.
True, and help each other grow and reach new levels. Like you said, you watch someone go from relatively new to like getting pro level jobs, and I feel like that's a great thing to witness and be a part of. Seeing someone's evolution and all of that. Have you found it challenging, being a woman in a leadership role? Is that really a thing people are receptive to nowadays?
Nowadays, okay. How should I respond to this?
I feel like it was a lot harder, or for example, when you get into certain situations and people are expecting the leader of one of the largest groups to look a certain way or be someone or some top level man, and it's this wonderful lady named Pakis, and I feel like they're relatively surprised.
Yes, they are. No, it's not just that. So let me explain.
Okay.
First, I go by the name Pakis.
Yes.
It's a rare one. I'm probably the only person bearing that name in the entire Africa. Okay, and a lot of people think I'm a man. Like they assume I'm a guy until they see me. And I think ladies have a good chance being leaders in tech spaces. I don't think it's so much about the gender.
True.
I think it's more about what they are there to deliver. And if you've got something to deliver, the world, especially the tech space, is always open for you.
Honestly, I feel like if you're talented, it really doesn't matter. You can do it.
It's a result.
Pretty much. So, do you have any advice to young women out there looking to be in a position like yours, or just young designers in general? You know, that are just starting. In Nigeria, it's especially difficult because, oh my goodness, I cannot begin to tell you the amount of jobs I've been offered for ridiculous amounts. People just think that graphic design is this easy thing that you can put together on a computer. They don't know a lot of work goes into it, a lot of time goes into it, the software you have to pay for. There's a lot of things you have to go into it. So please, brands out there, please stop offering ridiculous amounts of pay and start paying designers what they're worth. What do you have to say about that?
Okay, so I have a lot to say about that, but I'll just try to summarize it. Graphic design I think graphic design is something that everyone should learn. Not for specific people. Just like everyone needs to, at some point, get to learn how to drive.
True.
Yes, and get a driver's license. I think everyone needs to learn how to use the most basic level graphic software and do designs. And then people can still be experts in it, pursue it as a career, but everyone should get the basic knowledge because it's the digital space. That's basically what drives the digital space. Because almost everything you do on the internet requires visuals.
Sure.
And so if you have that basic understanding, you can do it. And then of course, when it comes to people offering ridiculous amounts, let me tell you, two things play a role there from my observation. Number one, we're in an environment where we're using foreign softwares.
Sure.
A lot of persons can afford the softwares. The pirated versions in the market. It's way cheaper to get that. So when we come from that angle, people who didn't spend like $500 to $1,000 to buy licenses to use softwares are definitely going to charge way lesser than those who do. And then graphic design looks so simple that it looks so simple to some people that they feel, well, if I pay a peanut amount to learn it, then I can do it. So when you have those people that are doing designs at, let's say, 5,000 naira, it will make the person billing 500,000 naira look quite expensive. But the truth is, when you have something special, when you have something unique to give, and you know your what, and you understand design beyond software, beyond assembling elements together, and you're able to create a story, create a picture, a vision out of what you do, you can actually give your price, and people want you to do the design for them. So then the offer wouldn't be that ridiculous.
I completely agree. Basically, if you know your worth, you know what you're bringing to the table, you know you're talented, you know you're good at this, you can charge basically what you're worth, and people will be willing to pay for it out there. It's not that oftentimes you're not necessarily talking to the right clients and the right people that might not understand that, but trust me, Some brands, in fact, might even turn you away because they think you're too cheap. I've had that experience before, in which someone priced their services and whatnot a lot cheaper than the rest of the competition, and the brand ended up going with someone significantly more expensive because they believe that they will get more for their money with that person. So you just have to believe in yourself and, you know, price that way.
True.
Okay, so I want you to, quick side note, I'm going to get Pakis to rate my graphic design skills out of 10. So I worked on something. It took me 2 days.
Wow.
And a lot of time.
So that's amazing.
Yes, behold my masterpiece.
Okay. Wow. This is really good. I hope the viewers will get to see this.
They will. It's on screen right now. What do you think?
Oh, I think it's amazing. Wow.
Thank you.
I mean, the strokes are powerful.
Oh my God. All right, so brands watching this, my price just went up. I have the Pakis endorsement, so please reach out.
All right. So cool.
Thank you.
You should sell that on NFT.
Honestly, mint it and sell it. Speaking of NFTs, what do you think about it? I feel like it's transforming the digital space in a way in which benefits, honestly, product designers and whatnot, because it's a new source of revenue for a lot of designers out there, and it's an avenue they can take to make more money. What are your thoughts on it, or are you not a fan?
That's a sensitive subject.
Okay.
I'm not a fan.
Okay.
Doesn't mean I don't see the potential in it, and I would want my community members to be exposed to that, so they can choose for themselves if they want to explore it as well.
Okay.
Okay, but I think hence they're creating something from here and selling and getting something in return.
Okay.
It's good. At least it's better than converting cash to buy.
Sure. What are some of the, let's say, disagreements or flaws you see in the NFT space?
No, it wouldn't be the NFT space per se.
Okay.
It would be the whole crypto speculation stuff, and the fact that to buy this stuff, you still would need to move money through those channels.
By the way, it is still illegal in Nigeria, for context, by the way. So, yeah, I understand that. All right, Pakis. One more thing. If you could go back in time and talk to your younger version of yourself, what would you say to her? What advice would you give her? Would you do anything differently?
I think she did what she had to do when she had to do it. So I'll be like, depends on when I'm going, what time I'm going back to.
Okay.
There's a time I would go back to when she was nothing like I am now.
Okay.
Like, she wouldn't even be in this environment if I was here, because she'll be so she'll be feeling so inferior, having a low esteem issues, and she wouldn't think she can be what I am now. Or maybe she would, but she wouldn't have taken chances at that moment. So I'd still tell her, you know what, just keep going, and you can do this regardless of your current circumstances. And I'd say the same to young people out there now, that don't let your background define your future. Don't limit yourself because of the background you're coming from. You can do amazing, and you've got something unique about you that the world is yet to see. So go for it.
All right. Thank you very much. Pakis, it's been an honor. Thank you so much for sharing your story with us.
Thank you, Camille.
The link to Graphic Design Africa will be in the description. If you want to join a great design community, please check it out.
Yes,
say hi to Pakis for me. All right.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.